does he want to pop over to Ireland? Because their racism czar, her name is Dr. Eban. She's running racism courses, anti-racism courses at 87% off at the moment. Bargain basement prices, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we can sponsor him to go. Maybe Canadians would like to take that idea on board. Just in case you've forgotten who Dr. Eban is, here she is back in July explaining how Irish people need to be trained not to be racist, and essentially that's the job that she's beginning.
There are no laws to protect people. People are brought into offices, institutions that are not diverse. So we've not done that work. We've not trained people. And we can't expect our nation to be non-racist if we have not enabled people, we've not trained them, how to be non-racist. So those are key things. And there are no laws to protect people. There are no consequences.
Or maybe it's just a case of Ireland is experiencing its highest immigration since 2007 and the Irish are sick of it. Isn't it a wonder that these Western countries, every single one of us who are being flooded with mass immigration, are always constantly lectured on how racist we are? I mean, can you even back it up with any stories? Remember when we were asking the ABC, who love to constantly berate Australia and what a racist country we are? It's like, can you provide any proof to that whatsoever?
Well, Dr. Eban Joseph is herself Nigerian-born, right?
Yes.
So she's gone over to Ireland, where she has been successful enough to have an academic career. She's now been made the special rapporteur on anti-racism, etc. So she's risen up quite well in that country and now complains that she and other people feel uncomfortable in Ireland. It's a very strange situation, isn't it?
She's lived there 22 years.
And there you go. And has done so badly that she, is now in a top job and has to complain about the fact she's in a top job. But I love the fact that she is struggling so much to get people to buy into her anti-racism courses that she has to reduce the cost by 87%, which I think just proves that people aren't buying this nonsense. They know that it is nonsense. I mean, and she would think, as I'm sure a lot of other people would, I highly recommend you watch the documentary Am I Racist on the Daily Wire, because it's about exactly this, right? You would think that there would be people lining up just waiting to go into these courses because they've got all this, internalised racism, and they feel, oh, we've got to fix the country, and because I'm white, I must automatically be racist, which is what she's suggesting by saying that you need to be taught to not be racist, as though we are innately racist in some manner, but people just don't want a bar of it. It feels like the culture is starting to turn, whether it be in the US with Donald Trump or in Ireland with her having to drop the prices by 87%. People are actually willing to stand up now and say, actually, no, we're not a racist country. We're not innately racist. We don't have to be taught not to be racist. We're not going to literally buy into this crap anymore.
Well, as Liz said, the suggestion that the Irish need to be trained not to be racist is itself a pretty racist suggestion. And not only is it racist, but it's highly offensive that they need to be trained, like dogs, that somehow they need to be reprogrammed. I'm just wondering, do you reckon there's a white Irishman in Abuja in Nigeria training Nigerians not to be racist? Somehow this only ever works one way. But of course, Caleb, as you pointed out, this woman has been very, very successful, and she's been successful talking about race. And so, for many people in this area, there's a certain conflict of interest where they are adamant that racism is a massive problem. We need training. Well, who should the government give millions of dollars to train people not to be racist? Well, it just so happens the people calling out racism also provide the training material. This particular woman has argued that the entire Irish education system needs to be overhauled and the curriculum completely rewritten from year one right through to the end of school. And I suppose that, you know, well, she's the director of the Institute of Anti-Racism, where they provide training for individuals, corporate institutions and NGOs to manage difference. So you can start.
Well, the training's 87% off.
87% off. It's a bargain. We'll train everybody. And if you're training everybody, 87% off will still make you a lot of money. Now, I don't know if she's doing that, but I'm just saying, isn't it always interesting how the people pointing these things out also provide the training to make it better?
I know, and Ireland is clearly such a racist country that, as you can see here in this footage, large groups of Muslims can literally hold up the footpath to pray and no one tells them to stop doing it. What a terribly racist country it is. People need to be taught not to be racist.
Well, that's evidence that the Irish have been successfully taught to not be bothered by that.
Just everything is tolerance. Everything's tolerance now. The doctor has been totally successful.